Right, hello, new video, new build. I've dropped my tornado shot. I'm trying something different. Kind of got bored of it. It was doing fine, but I just need to play something new every now and then. So, I am still Deadeye. 96, I don't care, don't need any more. I don't need to buy any fireworks or anything. We are playing a Molten Strike Deadeye with Tri Claw, Omni, obviously, and we're using Trinity. This is along with returning projectiles, but I've got a slower proc swap, which in theory should be more damage, single target, I believe. Anyway, what we are using is Mahu Machinations, which is a very funny shield. It's got 6 keystones, basically, from the Val theme areas. And we are using that with Lethal Pride, which is Rakyata, with a bunch of like double damage nodes and melee multi, stuff like that. But tempered by 1 is what we have in our acro slot. This means that along with the shield, we take no cold, no lightning damage, and all of it is converted into fire and chaos 50-50. We still take fizz, obviously, but we try to mitigate that with stuff like this. We take 6 in here for fire, 6 for lightning, which obviously that lightning is then taken as fire. That's essentially 12%. We have another 8% here, and you can have another 12, I believe, as an exquisite on the implicit. But at the moment, mana's tight. I'm only using level 3 enlightens. And I don't want to spend too much for RMR charms. 44 mana, it's more than plenty. You only need 13 because we are using multi-strike. I'm using the normal one because Awakened is, I think, 60 diff. Crazy, but that's just what the prices are. Even with everyone farming Maven, they're still very much in demand. And then we are running as many defenses as we can with as much damage as we can. We are running Precision for crit and accuracy, Defiance Banner for less crit chance for enemies, and then we're using it for armor and evasion. Obviously take Grace, Determination, and Wrath to help with our tri-LA setup. We are running Wrath on a chest as well. It does matter. This can be a defensive aura as well. I just hit Wrath first, so just kept it. I am still using Blood and Sand. Previously, I would have used the Anomalous or Divergent, which also grants like effects for projectiles, but we don't have that. So still 4.8% reservation gives us was it 14% more damage, which will be around 19 or 20 once we get this leveled up. Actually, I should probably just buy a leveled one already. Level 7 corrupted. Yeah, it's about half of this. I'll buy that in a second. Yeah, done. Blood is what we want. So we want more damage, not effect, area effect, because we don't really need AoE for this build. And then rings basically fill out our chaos res and -7 non-channeling to help with mana cost. Perseverance, I've got a nice double corrupted one. These are always cheap. For some reason, people just never use these for whatever reason. So even double corrupted life is 10C with attributes, 1 diff, listed 10 days ago, still hasn't sold. I bet I could just message him for like 6 CC, I need to sell it. Just because it's rotting in his stash. I'm also using Ancestral Protector. It doesn't matter much. It gives us just a bit more attack speed, and it's just a single link somewhere. Here is Ancestral Protector. I'm using Frostblink and Wailing Blades. I need to get qualities on these, but I don't have the gems at the moment. Like that. And this claw, I was quite lucky crafting it. It only costed me about 10 div, I think, which is a T1 T1 with T0 essence mod, which is pretty nice. And then I got lucky, I think, on a second try. I hit my veiled suffix, which was the crit. Yeah, crit and stats. This only adds 26 to Omni, but it helps. It's better than nothing, and it's semi guaranteed to hit. This or attack speed would have been fine as well, which is one of those. And then we're running attack speed for the other one and the enchant. I would, if I were to do this again, I would probably go for Gemini, just to help with the mana a little bit. Stats wise, it's comparable. In the life gain on hit is not that massive. We hit like 10 times a second. So yeah, and hideout with nothing on 5.13 attack speed, which is giving us like what 200 life per hit. With Gemini, it will drop to about 250 or something, but would give us another like 150 mana on hit, which would help a lot. But I've also got an hit mana leech in the ring, which helps as well. Which would matter if you were going a bit more budget, but I'm going for Feed the Fury, Final Blades, Fuel the Fight. Very typical. We are running point blank because we always want to be in melee. We are in melee. We are tanky. We have eye-to-eye repeaters. These are about 16 or 20% more damage. So we try to fit as many of these mediums as we can. We got that which was taken, which gives us a peacock, which is okay. Not a big deal, but it's nice to have. The armor, which is quite big. This build has a lot of auras, and I could really use with like adding petrified blood as well on this. But it's just one of those things where I'd have to just drop something. And I'm not willing to do that at the moment without crazy armor investments on the charms. But yeah, Peacock, armor, endurance chance and stun, which we should always stun. We run the same tech as Tornado Shot with Secrets of Suffering, so every hit should be stunning, at least on a normal mob. And with that, it's just a last mod that doesn't matter. I'm running Megalomaniac, Feed the Fury, just more damage, very good node. And Doedri's Gluttony, which gives us a culling on cursed enemies. And our sniper's mark is a culling. And we are running sniper effect of our marks, crit immune while elusive. We're gonna fortify and hit, which I don't need, but it's the best one I could get for the budget with the adrenaline on low life. And then we've got another effect and a bit of suppression to cap us out 100%. I'm using Ancestral Guidance, Ancestral Vision, which gives us Elemental Element Avoidance. Very good, very powerful, but very cheap. These are like 4 EC now. CB Jewel with some good stats. Attack speed is what we mostly want on this build, just because of multi-strike. More attack speed you get, the better you'll be off, because you won't be like stuck in place casting, basically. I do have to take this for now, Arima. Actually, I could drop this, funnily enough, but I won't be able to get Blood and Sand, and I'll have exactly 13 mana, which is this is giving me like 20%. So although I could fill this out and get like 14, it's better for me to just get this, get more mana, get Blood and Sand, and it's overall more damage. In terms of damage, we got at the moment 8 projectiles. And again, that's thanks to Deadeye. Previously, I would run a champion, but because of charms, and honestly, I had to look at the curse effect. And this is granting us, I think overall, we have about 86%. Actually, let me get the POB. Here's the POB. We've got roughly 80 mil on. Got all of these on. This is the not cheating. These are basically the shield keystones, but the everlasting sacrifice doesn't work, so I have to manually add the resistances. So at the moment, I need 3 more chaos rest somewhere. I'll have to fit that in somewhere just to get 90% now. Bit more defensives. We are always on power charges because we get that from the peacock. and we have 100% crit chance, 100% hit chance, 508 multi, we'll get about almost 8 mil fully buffed per magma ball, which obviously also has the magma hit for free, so you can think of it as another 40% on top of this for bossing damage. Endurance charges, we get that from stunning hits, which isn't as reliable on bosses. Oh yeah, and this is on Pinnacle. I guess I can show you Uber 23. It's enough. I've killed some of the Ubers. It's not a problem. We've got Gale Force, Life Tap, Onslaught, Fortified, which we get from our belt. Perseverance, melee hits with stun, Fortified, and we have Onslaught while we are Fortified. And that's how we get that. Tailwind from Deadeye, Adrenaline from the Charm. This is somewhat hard to hit because we actually have so much evade chance that the mobs aren't able to hit us that often to trigger enough life loss to trigger low life. I might get the 55% and below low life, which would feel better for triggering this, but it doesn't matter that much. Elusive, which we get on crit from passive points. Plus active, we are always leeching life. The shield grants us overleech for free. Kill recently, this doesn't matter. And hit recently just matters for some defensives. Projectile distance travel. This one, I've set this to 1, but that's a bit of a lie. Mostly because I've dropped adjacent animosity, which kind of slows them down a lot. This is only 6% DPS on paper. Even this is with distance of 1. It's only 6%, because it's the 40% increase. It's not that big. This one is pretty much mandatory. It's 23% because it's 30% more, and they'll never reach far enough to actually drop below that, unless you're running the speed shrine. Scorch 15, Brittle 3, Sub 15. This varies to get, and we also get the increase from crit strikes on the mastery right here. What else are we doing? And yeah, Deadeye, 2 Proch, Gathering Winds, Focal Point. This chain doesn't matter, but it's just underway, and we don't want Far Shot. That does literally nothing for us. And yeah, it'll literally drop us 20% damage, so we don't want that. And then yeah, we are taking the Claw Nodes here and here, and I will fill this out for another 10%. Eventually, when I get the points. There's only 96 at the moment. And that's about it. In terms of defenses, again, we're running about 182k effective HP with 80k elemental, 8k chaos, which is just massive, honestly. Although our life is pretty low, on unreserved 2.1k, it still feels very tanky. I can just stand there and hold right click and I'll never die. The only one is Fizz Max Hit. This one is a bit tricky because there's not a lot of ways to reduce this. We used to be able to get what was it? There was another way to get I forget, but there was a way to get more physical damage from this. The best upgrade for now, I think, would be a Pyrogenesis. This would fix my chaos, which would help. But obviously, with the way it works, it would grant us another 26% effective hit pull, which is again massive. And this actually feels very nice to play. And I'll probably drop the granite. No, probably diamond, because we don't actually need crit cap. It's just nice to have. Cool. That's about it. Let's show you a map. So at the moment, I'm running hobbies, shrine, some map chance, Alva, and I'm running some possessed mobs and bosses. I do have the Uber altar set because I'm still farming the gazers. Got another 100 to go before I can swap that over to red and get that challenge completed off. And I've got essences for now. These don't do much, but it's just nice to have. In terms of succents, I'm running Gloom Shrine, Mystery Hobbies, Remnant, and what is this? Just a random 16 I have to spare. Just show you a map. CDR Faces Chaos, doesn't matter to us. Wither is pretty nasty, but that should be okay. Mores, totems. Oh, give that back. Oh, where is this one? No. I would run Scarabs, but I sold them recently, so I don't have any at the moment. Stick on hobbies and Alva for this.
Spreading chaos into new realms.
Spreading chaos. I like running C-Square just because it has 3 bosses and it's a very easy layout. Obviously we're gonna juice. It looks like we are in the middle somewhere. We go and follow to the right. We should be able to find this one event. I don't think I ever got any loot out of these trophies. I'm still clicking all of them. So obviously we are aiming for as much juice as possible. There should be one to the left if we go back. Where is it? There it is. We got the wrong orb. You want to hit as many of the refreshing orbs as you can. This will really give you a lot more juice than not. This one, I think this one expands. Yeah, this one expands. Just checking. And if we go up here a bit, we might be able to find the last event before it closes. No. That's fine. Let's pick up some juice. This is, what is this, 5k? Of all 3, thereabouts. Oh, hold on. No.
Trust the risks.
No, no.
Heed the Morrigan.
He just... Okay. He just Roblox himself. And yeah, we're using Wailing Blades for the most part. With Frostblink just to kind of stagger. Get more area. So 2.2, 1.5, 1.7. Let's get picked out. About, what was that, 5.5-ish? Just turn this down a bit. It's a little high. And yeah, the most dangerous with Eteralters, we can take any of them. They don't really matter that much. There is one, however, which you never want to take, which is the PDR. Because that is quite a lot of our defensive. We don't want to be removing that. Like this one, minus 100 res, no problem, because we do not take any lightning or cold damage, so we can take all of these for free. And then yeah, if you look at my buffs, hopefully I should be able to take enough damage to trigger the Ghost Route, which will grant us the Everlasting buff, which just makes us even more tanky. And then yeah, I'm just standing in the middle of this hobby, triple juice, no problem. And as long as I'm holding right click, pretty much cannot die. I would have to be very unlucky to die to mobs like these. The biggest issue you'll find are crits. But again, we're taking that charm to not take any crits as long as we're elusive, which lasts quite long. It's not up all the time, obviously. It's not up when you like dash into a pack after looting for a bit. But yeah, it's still going. As long as it's up there, we don't take any extra damage from crits. We are obviously element immune anyway, but some mobs will be like extra crit packed. and those are the nasty ones, which Tornado Shot especially struggled with. But this one, not so much. Second Alva. Oh, sorry about the cat. Siphon is kinda nasty, but because we're not actually losing that much mana, we actually gain more of it back as long as we are hitting something. And then it's hard to tell, but I'm actually getting like additional 10 projectiles from the sniper mark enemies. But obviously, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see that. Yeah, I shouldn't be looting. It's my bad. Change. I do have. I think these are easy to see. Yeah, the only time I'll ever die is when I get greedy. I'm just literally looting in the middle of 20 monsters. Which go the other way around. Yeah, you can see the balls a lot clearer on this skin. There should be just a ton of them. We have 8 base plus 10 from the split. We have chain, which I think should work, because these are treated as projectiles, technically. So they should chain before they try to return. And yeah, this time out, PDR reduction, we never want to take that. Even if it's like quant rarity, it will kill us. Let's take this one. Nice. And then yeah, in terms of money making, made about 870 div, which does include what I've got equipped, which is about another 120 that cost me to put this together. Triple empowered, 4 essence. Let's give that a try. I don't expect I'll die. Let's just have a look. This could have been ghosted as well. And you can see we'll hit the yeah, it's not amazing. But yeah, but this is like the most damage you should be able to take in theory. The only way I could have taken him out if that was like ghosted as well, which it can be. I feel lucky it wasn't. But yeah, this is very tanky, very comfy. Just stand still and right click and you should be able to live everything. Sure. Blast ops. I'm still, I've only put this build together about a day or two ago. I'm still putting some bits together, getting some upgrades where I can. Oh, that's probably why I died, because I had speed shrine on them. Let's put this up. Some more mobs. Junk, 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 not worth picking up. What's that? Let's just say, yeah, last one. And I didn't hit any of them. Amazing. Oh well, RNG, it happens. And yeah, with the speed shrine, it's technically damage loss, but it looks cool, so I'll have to just use it. Because you can see all of the projectiles that are coming out. So actually go far enough there to appreciate them. From what I've seen, Alva is actually pretty good for juicing. Just because it has a bunch of rares which are all like empowered. A lot of them will be ghosted, especially at the room. So the loot from these is pretty nice. And you only really need the 6 points in the middle of the atlas to do this. Yeah, nothing crazy. It's definitely worth doing. Cost you almost nothing. And I'm full of junk. Lines raw, 23 quality. So good. Roll 10. Oh, nice. That might be a div. Let's find the boss. Now, these are gonna hurt. And I'm getting withered as well. But yeah, like, there's no chance I could have run something like this on a 10-year shot. It's just, it doesn't have the tankiness for it. Oh, that's divine. It's almost like the juice is working. Yeah, actually I'm getting, what is that? I'm going to the new map, new portal. Yes, just in case. Getting a bit laggy, strangely. I don't want the instance to disappear. Yes. Yeah, about divine myself. Oops. Nope. I do keep all the rings, just for the chest. Yeah, lows. Nice roll, 70 max res, 6 and about 3 div, I should sell. I'll keep Ventus for rerolls. What was I saying before? Yeah, in terms of money making, I've got about 870 div made. I did buy myself a mirror at some point when I hit 500 div or so. I don't really plan on using it, to be honest, but it's just one of those where, again, rich get richer kind of a thing, where if you make money early, you can invest it, and it will increase. Just as people start making public mirror shops, the price of mirror will be pretty much always going up until like middle of the league. Shouldn't be doing this while I'm recording. All of this is gonna be junk. Well, I say that I've hit the additional arrow quiver area in this map. 18 suppression on triumphant. What you see? Yeah. Junk. What did this roll? Terrible. Anything else worth checking? No. I need to change my filter and get rid of all these crappy bases. No one's gonna want Samite slippers. I don't, doesn't know what it has structured. That's it. Got nothing useful on that. Apex. That's right. Yeah. I'll run that just for like XP or something eventually. But yeah. In terms of the build, I previously ran this on champion and I kind of looked at the masteries in the end of the season, but it's not really worth leveling another character. I've already leveled 3 of them. So I stuck with Deadeye, which is less tanky, but it should have more damage. Let's look at PoE again. So I think this shows, yeah, here it is. So you have 84% increase sniper's mark, which gives us a base of 10 projectile splits, which is pretty massive. And with the way these work, normal projectiles shouldn't be able to hit the same target as the one they generate from, but because Molten Strike has like a ground targeted AoE, it's not actually mob targeted, so they should be able to hit the same one, which when you see returning overlap a lot, they will just do a ton more damage almost out of nowhere. Do I have any bosses I can show you? Not really. I can run a Phoenix. Real quick. And then in terms of mods, we pretty much want to avoid hexproof. We want to avoid stun. We want to avoid, at the moment, I want to avoid elemental reflect. But once I get awakened level 5, I'll be okay running both of the reflects. We only do about 50 flat fizz, which is, we can out heal that easily. We've got roughly, yeah, 800 life leech. Is that life leech? No, yours. Maximal, yeah, 500. So we should be able to out heal like 10 balls, 10 hits at once. That's no problem. Less armor is pretty bad, because it'll drop us down to like 20k and reduce our damage from perseverance a lot as well. This build, by the way, alone is giving us, I think, 25% more damage. So this is pretty much best in slot for a build like this. And it's fairly important to have your defenses balanced. So at the moment they're about 26 on just potions. Obviously I get a bit more with endurance charges. Vuln, LA, poison on hit, extra lightning, resistance. That should be fine. People should live for long enough. I already have witness. It's fine. RB, Alva. +1. Nope. See ya. And this one, I can go for 30. Oh, don't lock. Hold right click. Game, please. Okay, there we go. Not show up in there. My game just froze. That's fracture. Nice. That's the main reason I run these. Fracture is at the moment 100. Yeah, about almost a diff for a single fracture. That's yeah, Vuln, Eloic. Eloic doesn't matter too much. Again, these don't matter, and this will be covered by endurance charges. Where are we? With Alva, there's only a few rooms you really care about, and that's gems, minus rest, which grants us the locust. We want the speed one, which grants us room nearby, or connected or unconnected, upgraded by one at the very end. And those are nice. And you can take the normal sacrifice unique, which isn't that great, but sometimes you can make profit just from that. So if you're gonna sell it, you can always just try and include that as well. And what the Atlas passives do, they have a chance to upgrade by additional tier based on the resident, which sounds complicated. Basically means you have a pretty good chance of upgrading by 2 tiers whenever you're like in a tier 1 room. So once you select your room, you have 1 chance to reroll it. That's nasty. Roll that. Okay, fuck it. Which gives you 1 chance to reroll it, and second has a pretty good chance of upgrading to tier 3. So rather than completing it 3 times, you only have a like 75% chance to only have to do it twice to get a tier 3 room. So if you're lucky, like I was a few times, you can basically get every single room to be a tier 3. That's if you're lucky with your placement of the speed one. Go for sacrifice. So I think like if you kill the one that's invading, which is the one I just killed, and the one that stayed is the one that actually owns the room, which yeah, complicated, don't worry too much about it. But if you kill this one, you have like 50% chance of being upgraded to a tier 3, so we can gamble and see how that pays off. And yeah, speed train, I like it, looks cool, but it's totally less damage, just because they travel far enough to actually get the reduction. Let's check if that did not great. And then there's another passive for Alvis in single map. I think just statistically wise, I think it's bad to take that node, just because it gives you less chances for room swaps, because you cannot hit the same room twice within the same map. So if you were super going for like profits, or if it mattered enough, you would only do like one alpha per map, do it the same way as it happened in the league mechanic, just because that would give you the highest odds of getting the exact rooms you need. But obviously that takes a lot of time, we don't really care too much. And that's the fracture sold. Let's see if he accepts. Yes. Elementalist, he's gonna craft that. Yeah, I would have probably done the same. I've crafted 4 of my chests and basically kept the one that ended up the best. So 18% spell suppression fracture. I think I'm still selling one of them. Yeah, this one. This one's a bit worse. It's got what does it have? No, this one's fine. Oh yeah, it's got reflect. And mine has armor and evasion, which gives me more defensives. And this one I've not bought Sync Slink. It's percentage life, and then I just gave her life because yeah, it's a brick in my eyes, but I didn't want to sell it. And there's the both plus 1 arrow. Ideal fractures, it's still worth it, at least on the good basis. Spell crit and garbage. T1 attributes on helmets will sell, just because people actually need them, and finishing off suffixes and then like unveiling prefixes, fairly easy to do. Just another profit craft. I sold a bunch of pigface helmets, similar to what I have, but more aimed towards like tornado shot and like magic find stuff, and they sold for like 8 to 10 div each. I did hit one with +1 minions. That I was expecting that to sell quickly, but it hasn't, and I ended up just selling for 1 div just to get rid of it. Perfect crafting is the way to go in the current state of the league. We're about end of 2nd week thereabouts, which means that people have currency now. They are whatever grinding with Tuna's build, or at least trying to, and they're dying in T7 cemeteries instead. But yeah, if I should be crafting more, just because I know it costs a lot less to craft proper gear, and like crafting the helmets should be a good profit. Anyway, let's focus on this guy. So, his damage was pretty good. This was Vuln and a weak with resistance on boss. What else do they have? Is that it? Foul, Remnant, Fizz, Poison, and a weak. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, Adrenaline. I might drop it just because I can't trigger enough. At the moment, got too much evasion and actually too much armor to drop enough life to put me below 50%, which is an issue. I kind of wanted to draw because it gives us, I think, like 12% damage. It might be easier to trigger on bosses, but anyway, I'll continue after that. Mirror, they're up to 650 now. I'll probably sell around 660. It might hit 700, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, hobbies. I am doing some elevated accents. Pretty decent profit. Stuff like this. 19 div, 18. I should drop it to 18 just to sell it. Just don't want to be sitting on these. Churn them out. Get rid of them. 5 div. My cell tabs are almost gone. I only have 2.5 of them left. That's some cheap crap. Another low wave, but didn't roll well. Flasks. I sold quite a few flasks. I had like half a tab of these. They're always using mage blood flasks. They're fairly easy to craft. I'll show you one. The one I typically go for is not silver. Is it silver? No. Let me open my trade. There's silver. Just because there's a very specific craft that most of the mage bots are gonna want. This. Quality doesn't matter, but in case I hit something good for normal build. Yeah, and that's fast done. it's a bit funny, but yeah, this is literally all you need. But anything above 66, I think, is what's needed. But 65 will do. No one actually does the maths. They're not. Mage world players are just not smart enough to do maths, basically. But yeah, increase effect, regen 65 on a silver, 1 div, 2 div, just like that from 20 alts, and I added just a null just to save some time. But yeah, this is it's actually just dumb how easy it is to roll these. All you need is the prefix for increased effect. Let's hit it. Let's get a nice percentage. 69, perfect. This is worth even more. What I don't have. But I do have. One thing if you didn't know, vendor, the weapon vendor, will actually sell you the artisan currency. This guy, Whalen Roth. Check those 6 links, I guess, if you care about that. But he will actually sell you these. But most importantly, he'll sell you bubblers for weapon scraps. That's 19 right there. Obviously, you'll probably have more than me, because you'll have picked up all of them, and I do this quite often. Anyway, I need to regen on this. Thank you very much. These, by the way, they come from Katarina. Flask on those. Flasks are about 1.5 div on ID. If you want to sell them, just sell them. Okay, this is 2 div right there. Why run juice maps? Whatever, cemeteries. Spending 50 divines on fucking 16 years sextants when you can just craft Magel's flask. And yeah, pretty much guaranteed they will sell. These are worse in my eyes. They're basically like T1 suffix with increased effect. But these are like 100C. These are very specific. Not everyone will want these. And some people will, especially like rubies, they'll run the Dying Sun instead. Taste of Fate. 100. This one's not that great. It's evasion with crit. This is very specific in my self-40. Let's just check what these are listed for. Mine is actually the cheapest. But yeah, you can make a ton of money. Let's just spam gold in your flasks. What else was it doing? Oh, jumps. Lamps, surprisingly, quite profitable. Especially Uber lamps. You can run them in like what, 6 minutes, I think. Like a decent lamp mapping build. This build can run it quite fine without problem. Just one shot Zaro, obviously. And then Penance Brand, once a jewel, becomes like 1.5, 1.8. That's where I lost it. What else was it doing? Oh, here's another profit. Well, Bramblejacks. If you didn't know, these beasts will add a level to awakened, non-corrupted gems. What that means is you can buy a. Let's have a look. Also, for this build, these export share. If I remember, I'll put that in the description. This is basically a shopping list. So it's an add-on. It's for Firefox and Chrome, and basically like it lets you save searches, so you can always find what you need afterwards. Like if I need a Rakata double damage jewel, here they are, 1 diff. Actually, I'm gonna buy that. Haha, can't have that. See if he replies. That'll be a negatory. What was I gonna do? Yeah, jewels. If we do, let's refresh that. Awakened Palico, level 1, whatever quality, 10.8. If we check level 5, usually 520, it's 13. So you're basically making 2.1 diff at the very least. This guy's been AFK for 6 hours, so you might not even be selling it. Uncorrupted 14, so that's 3 diff profit. And the beasts, they cost 4 EC. You need 4 of them to get to level 5. Let's check how much it costs. Yeah, about 40 diff. Mine should be listed, but it's not. Strangely enough. But yeah, need 4 of them. So you're spending 120 C to gain about 3 div. This is the easiest like gem flip you can ever do. People are just lazy. They're utterly lazy, and they will literally pay you 3 extra div just to level the gems. And previously you could do this in like a 5-way if you were getting carried, if you were running it yourself. But yeah, it's one of those. Knowledge. If you have knowledge, you can do crazy things. I think that's it for this video. Is it 4 AM? Might be time to go bed. Still doing the challenges. I'll probably finish these. Maybe make another mirror and rip it to standard. Kinda had my fun with the league. It's a pretty good league, but yeah, I think they've overtuned it quite a bit, and they didn't expect people to actually be able to compete. Also, let's show you. This is my previous version of the same build. Actually, problem is this is Crucible, and if you know Crucible, the Crucible trees were insane. So I've got Tri-LA, attack speed, 15% elemental modifier. This is a Tri-LA claw, and 10% to do double damage on Omni. This is like insane. It could only get better with without the accuracy of like a crit multi, but accuracy is actually something that this build needs. Just go to hideout. But it's basically the same build. Slightly different chest, slightly different helmet. It's more Omni has 1650, the other one had like 1300. And then my shield is even more insane, like 80 life, spell block, 12 Omni and another 8 Omni. So that's 20% attributes on the shield, which is just insane. And this claw is 1100 DPS. Obviously, they don't just don't exist in the league. They're just that insane, and that's only T1, T1, T2. But this one I can show you. Can I nerf my damage a bit? Probably can. Maybe if I remove. Let's remove this. Yeah, let's remove returning. So we'll use Venging Cascade, but obviously that's gone now. Or it's been changed to something different entirely. So if we remove returning projectiles, that should be enough damage, enough comparable to a lesser build in the trade league. I'm using this with extra charges, so it gives me double charge. I would run something similar on the league build. What do we have? Where's fragments? We run with a Maven. Yeah, there is Cosmic Wounds. Put that in. This one has less life preservation as well. But tree-wise, it's pretty much the same, other than having to start from Julius, of course. And previously we would have this non-effect, banners are free, so we have more life basically. At the moment I'm reserving about 300 life. No, maybe a bit more with the banner skill. Doesn't say, does it? 10% armor. Yeah, about 300. Yeah. And then we'd run Fortified, Fortification, and First Use Strike lasts to 4, which would trigger with Midnight Bargains to reserve life, which would instantly trigger Adrenaline. But yeah, just to show you what this build kind of should look like. Obviously Deadeye is actually more damage. If I were going to do the same build, this Crucible build with what you call it, with the same gear, I would run Deadeye again instead of Champion. But yeah, this is a 5-link. Just kind of like nerfing my damage by half essentially. And you can see Uber Maven, no problem. I'll just finish it for the sake of it, but there's no way I'm gonna fail it unless I fall asleep and don't do memory game. And yeah, I would typically trigger Adrenaline manually in this build. Well, actually, I shouldn't have placed that like that. I would trigger like weapon swap, about 20-second Adrenaline. In theory, it's possible to get this on the Deadeye version. I think the Charm version is just not very consistent. So I might drop that Charm entirely. We'll see how it goes. It's 3-2-3, 2-1-3. Ah. Okay, I need to place these outside. I don't have enough arena anymore. Yeah, stats wise is comparable. Actually, that's even. Problem is, I need to get hit to get the extra res, which is actually pretty hard. Oh, the lucky pattern. I'm not gonna do. Yeah, maybe with returning proj that would have been enough. Let's see. 2-3. 2-1-2. Avoid it. The regen It's delayed by a few seconds. Where is she? Okay. To crowd finder. Yeah, it's this kind of how it should look. Which, yeah. This basically, returning proj, it got nerfed. It's still like 60%. So as long as we have 10 proj, we should still, in theory, gain another 2 or 3 proj of damage. And with how the hits work, every single hit is beneficial for you anyway. I've done a few of these. And previously we've run slow approach to reduce distance even further and grant us 20% more approach. But yeah, that's alright. I'll continue the build. I might do another update and I'll post another video probably, see how it goes. Where's my character go? Yeah. If you were going to put this together, you'd have to craft a lot of these pieces. People are just not gonna do any of them. It's a very niche build, pretty much. And this might be doable. Let's see if there's any market. Double start live res. Well, there's 3, 2, 45, and 55. What's the 2 got? Yeah, it's not bad. You can craft. You can literally craft the. Yeah, I would buy this and fix the prefixes for 2 diff. That's an easy buy. And you just do suffixes cannot be changed, veiled chaos. And even if you mess up, you can always eldritch and all because it's on a helmet. These gloves, I'm running +2 AoE, life, attack speed, suppression, and the third one ideally would be chaos res, but it doesn't matter that much. And I'm using damage while leeching. Boots, onslaught on kill, it doesn't matter because we get onslaught while fortified, which we should get every hit. But just in case we can't get fortified, it's a stun immune map or something, this will still give us 15%. Oops, sorry, 15% on kill. And then yeah, double attribute, double attribute. This should have been double, but I rolled rarity and just kept it. And then the chest is probably most expensive, but you can craft it. It's not that hard. You want to buy a suppression fractured base, spam SSs with RMR, and just hit like T2. I think you need 86 to hit T1 chaos. I don't think you need it for the attributes. I think you only need like 80 or 75 for attributes. And then once you're done, suffix can be changed, veiled up, and you want to unveil either the, well, if you hit life, you want to unveil the life percentage. But if you don't, it's best that you only unveil the avoid ailments, and then just craft defenses, and then just take the 15% increase with no life on body, which I should have, but I don't actually have the second life mastery. So 50 is actually, I think, giving me more than 15%. Is that right? That might be wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, very niche build. I'm pretty sure no one is playing this, which is not dumb. I think this shield in general is massively underused. The people that are playing it are mostly playing it for the poison. You'll pretty much find out all of these are playing some kind of poison variation of this build. Molten strike. Yeah, dot, 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 dot. This one isn't. What's he playing? Owls. Point Blank, Trinity. Yeah, he's playing a very similar build, but he's gone for Owl, Wrath Reservation. So yeah, RMR is the biggest issue of this build. Omni is massive damage, obviously. But if you want to play something like this, Wrath No Reservation is pretty good as well. And then yeah, he's getting 55k, which so it's good, just gets more value out of his Perseverance. Oh, that is a nice choice. With Determination effect like my standard guy. If we check Deadeye, oh, there it is. I am the only Deadeye. But yeah, even though I think the Owl version is fine, Omni is just going to be so much better. Like this is just tooltip 200k more than the other guy. Obviously we have less armor invasion, but we still get PDR and evasion cap pretty much. Evasion is far more important in this league. And yeah, you kind of want this to go to 100 as well to get those last 4 passives. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. It's been a long enough video. I'll see you around. Take care.